Talk, back with a match preview. It feels great to be back, anticipating a game. We've not had that feeling for a long time, have we?
Yeah, so long.
Too long. So I'm really excited, and it's the playoffs as well, which is obviously also a very exciting prospect for us because it's one-legged. It's at our place. We'll see how it goes anyway. It's on Saturday the 25th, 5 p.m. kickoff. We're at home, so we have got a slight advantage in that degree, but there's no fans there, so whether that take effect or not too sure.
Yeah, as you've already said, one leg, no extra time, so straight to penalties. Don't know, you'd expect them to be practicing their penalties in training because a game could easily finish a draw, but you never know. We'll have to see. So moving on to the two teams. Notts, shocking form, aren't they? No win in 130 days.
Yeah.
130 days since the last win. But no, that last win was obviously the most comfortable win of the season against Eastleigh. A 4-0 where could have been 6 and we wouldn't have conceded if we played for hours. But that's a different season, isn't it, completely?
Yeah, it's sad really, isn't it, that the season ended there, because I feel like we
had the momentum.
Climbing, weren't we?
If you looked at the definition of momentum, Notts had it.
Yeah.
So I know it's not the same season, but we've got to have to look at the form of how both teams did come into it. So Notts came into it with 5 straight wins in all competitions, as I've already said, massive momentum, and 3 defeats in 20. That shows just how the team had gelled. We were playing exciting football, solid defensively, battling, players putting the body on the line, players running above and beyond what they've done for the rest of the season. Our opponents, Barnet, were in decent form, but they finished 11th.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the playoffs. But obviously they'd only played 35 to Notts 38 games. So points per game bumped them up.
I think it's only fair, isn't it? You feel very hard done by if you missed out because you'd not played so many games because of games being cancelled throughout the season. So I think it was the best thing to do, wasn't it?
You saw it with Wycombe, didn't you? Wycombe in League One finished outside the playoffs, now they're in the Championship.
Crazy, really.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again in the National League.
Shout out to Curtis Thompson.
Yeah, big player. So yeah, they finished 11th. Notts obviously 3rd. Could have caught Barrow, definitely, but
we won't dwell on it.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's good to get the playoffs. Something that's interesting looking at the stats. Notts have the 3rd best home form in the division, which obviously we know we've played very well. We had that run of 6 games without conceding. Barnet, however, have the 5th best away record and have won a lot of their points away from home. So it should be interesting. Obviously with the home record, you sometimes look at the fans as a factor in that. And if Notts don't have the fans and Barnet are comfortable playing away, never know, do you?
Yeah.
But,
that takes us swiftly on, doesn't it, to players to watch for Barnet. Now, going for a goalkeeper, Scott Loach, we've got to mention him. Made some crucial saves in here against Yeovil.
Pushed down to the post.
In the last game, yeah. I mean, game-defining moments, really. Obviously, a former Notts player. We all sort of know he's a good keeper. There was talks at the start of this season as going for him, but, I think he's definitely going to be one to watch because he can change a game, can't he, with one save?
Definitely. Moving on, midfielder Mauro Valete, Portuguese. He has been at Barnet for years, hasn't he? He's always been in and out of the squad. Watched him against Yeovil. He looked really good. He did score their 2nd goal late on in the game. Bit fortunate. Did definitely come off his hand, didn't it? And then he just seal-headed it in on the line. Yeah. But, midfield, I'm always thinking if they've scored, they're going to be hungry, aren't they? Yeah, definitely. And then the biggest threat, we all know, Paul McCallum, 27 goals last season for Eastleigh. He's a goal scorer. We watched the Yeovil game when he was through on goal. No doubt, was there?
Yeah, he looks fairly clinical, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good striker. We also have good strikers. I trust Rawlinson and Lacey if they're on form to handle him. But we don't know if they're on form because there's nothing to go off, is there?
There's not at the moment, unfortunately, is there? Moving on to team news for Notts now. Now we've got a couple of players out. We've got McCrory and Booty. I think we're going to miss most players, but definitely McCrory, as Booty's been out for quite a lot of the season. He's an experienced player, I do think we're going to miss the likes of him. But we've got Bagan back in, obviously because of his injury. It's only going to be a short-term deal. because he originally was going straight back to Cardiff, wasn't he? And Scott Wilson, so we've got him back. He was up at contract, wasn't he, at the end of the season? So we've got him back for a short period of time, depending on, how he does in the playoffs. I'm sure he maybe get an extension.
Now, this is the most I've been looking forward to picking a team for any game, because I see this squad such quality.
Strong, yeah.
So this is the first time we've been able to say this in a long time for a match preview. In goal, Sam Slocum.
Yeah, that gives me so much pleasure.
Crucial goalkeeper. The saves, Dagenham at home springs to mind when he saved that one-on-one.
His organisation.
Oh, what a player. We'll go from right to left. So who are you having at right back?
So tough. I'm going to go Brindley, I think.
I'm going to go Kelly Evans. I think for me, Kelly Evans' mentality.
Yeah. Put him under the cosh.
In a playoff.
Yeah. No, I see where you're coming from.
He's the player that either you're winning and you want to keep it going. Without the fans as well, he's the kind of player that will fly into a tackle and just give a big roar, get everyone going.
I feel like he's that player as well where he's always in form. Do you know what I mean? Because of that mentality where he's putting 100% effort into his challenges and everything he does. He's always sort of in good form. So I do like that about Kelly Evans. But for me, I think we've just got to go Brindley.
Centre-backs
pick themselves, yeah. So Rawlinson and Lacey were performing so well together. They had such a good partnership. It was great to see, really, because it feels like such a long time as a Notts fan that we haven't seen that. It's nice to have trust in your players, isn't it?
Left back,
Bagan
picks himself for me.
Yeah, I mean, we say it a million times against Barrow. He was unbelievable. To say he's a teenager. Oh, what a player! The
thing with Bagan, the only thing that I think is going to go one of two ways. Being so young, he's either going to have no pressure, plus he's on loan. Obviously, he's going to fight for the club, but at the end of the day, it's not his parent club. There's not as much pressure riding on. He could play freely, attack, defend, or it could be a big occasion for him and it gets to him. I don't think it will.
I don't think it will, because, like I said, you look at the Barrow game. That was quite a big occasion.
Massive.
That was like we say, quite a big turning point for us. So.
And I don't think he got taken on once in the Barrow game.
No, unstoppable. See why he's so highly regarded at Cardiff.
Are we saying it's a 4-4-2? Yeah. Right midfield.
Enzio.
I'm looking forward to seeing Enzio play again.
I can't wait to watch this game.
Enzio right, Roberts left.
He picks himself again.
Yeah.
Central midfield. It's a tough one. I'm going Doyle and Crawford.
It's not a tough one. Not for me. Doyle and Crawford.
Yeah.
We're at home. You've got one chance. Don't go stupidly defensive. Put Crawford on. Let him create. I mean, if Doyle's on song, which he has been for the majority of the season, once he got those red cards out of his system, his kung fu kick gone. I mean, Crawford.
Yeah. I think he ended what was the season well. So I feel like he's going to have that fire in his belly to, because if we do make the step up, he's only just really proved himself, I feel, in the Notts team now.
Yeah.
So he needs to step up in the playoffs, prove his point, and then, get that extension and be playing in League 2, hopefully.
The only thing I would say is we've got, if we've got Crawford starting, because of Booty's injury, if it's not working and we're behind, we've got no one to bring on that's as creative in the middle. Whereas if you start with O'Brien or Rose, you've then got the option to bring Crawford on. But I think you've got to go to play to win from the start.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Crawford. I don't think it'll be Crawford though. I don't think
it's so hard to tell, isn't it? If, like the games that were behind closed doors, like I think Ardley's going to know who's in form and isn't in form, whether it be a competitive game or not. So he's going to have the eye over we have, obviously.
But then you've got to look. You would want O'Brien in a playoff match.
Yeah. He the season that O'Brien's had as well, he's going to be frustrated, and if he doesn't start this game, I do think he'd be fairly upset about that.
Strikers. Wootton and Dennis.
Yes.
If you get a chance, one chance, 90th minute, to either level it or win it, and it's Dennis or Thomas, I'm saying Dennis. Dennis will finish it. You just
got to look across the board though. Like
Thomas would help us out more.
I feel like I'm changing my mind. I'm going Wootton and Thomas.
They've got the best partnership.
Yeah, and look at Dennis as a sub. Like you need a goal. Let's say it's 1-1. you need a goal because you don't want it to go to penalties. You've got 20 minutes left, put Dennis on.
What if you get that?
He's so hungry for goal.
What if you get that chance in the 26th minute?
Thomas is a good finisher.
Not what I've heard sat next to you in the stand.
Yeah,
a few times.
He's had his moments, but
Dennis is clinical.
He is, but as it comes to a sub player, which you need in a playoff match, I think.
It don't really matter what you say because Audley's phoned me up anyway. That's my.
I don't think he has.
Yeah,
I don't think he has.
No, so honestly, I wouldn't lie about that.
All right, buddy.
It's a tough one, but we're going to have to go for a score prediction, and it's not going to be easy. But don't want to jinx anything. They let a lot of chances go against Yeovil.
How many times did he clear off the line? I'm going to upset the Barnet fans. I'm not bothered. I'm going all out.
What are you saying?
3-0 knots. I said it. I don't care who scores.
3-2 knots. 3-2 knots. If this was a normal game where we'd had the run we've been having, I'd go 3-0. But I think rustiness will show, and maybe match fitness. I think Knots will come out firing though, and I'm confident of that.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, because there has been times this season where you've gone and you thought, well, why are you sat there?
We cannot start slow in this.
Yeah, we can't.
We've got to go straight off, early goal, set the tone.
Yeah.
So, what we want to know in the comment section is where you're watching the game, who you're going to be watching it with. Obviously, at the start of the season, if you said we were in the playoffs, you would never think it was the 25th of July and there'll be no one in the stadium. Crazy. But at least we're here. We've got a chance to get back to the Football League. We're 2 games away. Leave your score prediction and the team that you think we should start, and hopefully we can set ourselves on the way to Wembley.